Alexei Janulius is warning residents about scam texts claiming unpaid tickets or tolls. Officials say the messages threaten license or registration suspension and link to fake payment sites. The state does not send enforcement notices by text. An expanded version of Illinois' Scott's Law, or Move Over Law, takes effect with the new year. Drivers must now slow down and move over for emergency vehicles both stopped and in motion with flashing lights, expanding protections for first responders at emergency scenes. Michael Madigan's longtime associate Michael McLean has begun serving a 2-year federal prison sentence in Lexington, Kentucky. The former Illinois lawmaker was convicted in the ComEd 4 corruption case. Madigan is already serving a separate 7.5-year sentence in West Virginia. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
A new exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card is your opportunity to go from cardholder to ticket holder for the FIFA World Cup 2026. For a limited time, when you're approved for a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card, you're eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more today at bfa.com/cardfwc26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America NA in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-990-1551. That's 800-990-1551.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Hot Hands, America's favorite hand warmers. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 13. Gusty winds up to 15 miles per hour. Looking ahead to New Year's Day, mostly cloudy with a high near 19. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high near 24. Currently, it is 14 degrees and partly cloudy. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
A new exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card is your opportunity to go from cardholder to ticket holder for the FIFA World Cup 2026. For a limited time, when you're approved for a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card, you're eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more today at bfa.com/cardfwc26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America NA in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
Hey Bear fans, want your business heard during every heart-pounding moment of the game? WRMN 1410 is now offering in-game ad spots for Chicago Bears broadcasts. Be part of the action as thousands of die-hard listeners tune in each week. Whether it's a touchdown, a turnover, or a timeout, your message will be right there in the mix. Spots are limited and going fast. Call WRMN 1410 today and score big with in-game advertising that delivers results. WRMN 1410, where Chicago comes to play. Get in the game with the Chicago Bears and WRMN.
The new novel, titled DUI Jury Trial, is the true story of two lawyers who defend a truck driver who is charged with DUI. If he's convicted, this truck driver faces a lifetime disqualification of his commercial driver's license, which would prevent him from ever driving a truck again. This 3-year legal battle culminates in a courtroom showdown, which involves the testimony of a DUI expert witness. This book, DUI Jury Trial, is now available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. From the Chicagoland to lands afar. With Derrick Geyer, your sports czar. The game's the place from field to rink. Hot debates, fast takes, no time to blink. The Windy City roar, the fans ignite. Your circus of sports under radio light. Big Time Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome in to another edition of Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. And I just want to wish everyone out there Happy New Year! Happy New Year, everyone. And welcome into 2026. Yes, indeed. We made it through 2025. It is 2026. And if you want to be a part of this, basically catch-all show tonight on Big Top Sports with yours truly, Derrick Geyer, please feel free to call in at 847-931-1410. That is 847-931-1410. You can catch my gorgeous face here on YouTube at WRMN Radio. So jump on in there, say hello. Hello, Brendan. How you doing? Nice to see you in the chat as always. But yes, it is January 1st, 2026. And what are some of the things that you might be grateful for in Chicagoland sports or sports in general? What are some of the things that were not necessarily the best this year in sports or sports in general? Like I said, the call-in line is 847-931-1410. That is 847-931-1410. And right off the get-go, I would have to say the thing that I am absolutely tickled pink by, or not really tickled pink, I don't really have any color on my face, except maybe the studio lights here in the studio. But I would have to say it is the coaching staff of the Chicago Bears. The hiring of Ben Johnson, getting Dennis Allen as the defensive coordinator, Declan Doyle may be the offensive coordinator. Well, I'm sure he does his fair share of work, even though that Ben Johnson is the one that's calling the plays. Keeping on Richard Hightower as the special teams coordinator. Then you've got Antoine Randall L., who was one of the better receivers in the National Football League while he was playing. Not to mention he's also the wide receivers coach. He's also the assistant head coach. There's the offensive quality control of Matt Aponte. Quarterbacks coach, J.T. Barrett. Running backs coach, Eric Bieniemy. Assistant special teams, Anthony Blevins. Offensive quality control, Zach Cable. Tight ends coach, Jim Dre. The fact that the Chicago Bears went out and shored up their offensive line to produce what it is now currently a possibility of Caleb Williams actually passing for a 4,000-yard season. And I know that might not necessarily be at the top of your list, but I mean, geez Louise, being the only franchise in the NFL that doesn't have a 4,000-yard passer ever in its over 100-year storied franchise, great googly moogly. It would be nice to kind of check that off the box, if you will. I mean, Caleb Williams, he's got 3,730 passing yards, 3,730 passing yards on the year. The newly revamped offensive line responsible for opening holes and blocking for DeAndre Swift, who currently has over 1,000 rushing yards at 1,047. Then you also have Tremaine Edmonds, He's got over 104 tackles on the year. I mean, obviously, I'm switching from offense to defense. And then Kevin Byard III, he's got 6 interceptions on the year. The resurgence, or not really the resurgence, but the fact that, you know, where are we as far as, oh yeah, and then there's that 7th round draft pick, Kyle Monangai, who most likely won't get 1,000 yards on the year, but he's got 769 yards rushing. He's played in every single game so far. Oh yeah, he's also got 5 touchdowns. Oh, you know, four touchdowns behind DeAndre Swift at 9, but still, you're talking about close to 1,900 yards in total yards rushing from just the running backs. And then if you add Caleb Williams's 387 yards in there, you got 3 guys totaling 2,000 yards in rushing. Total of 17 rushing touchdowns on the year. And as far as the sack numbers go, I believe I kind of talked about this, yesterday. Chicago Bears sacks, misspell, sacks allowed in 2025. So far, okay, great. So far in the 2025 season, with 16 games completed, they have only allowed 23 sacks. 23 from 68 in 17 games played last year. So the coaching staff, the upgrade on the offensive line, the fact that we've got maulers now, or the Bears have maulers. I don't have any maulers. But, I mean, Drew Dahlman at center, Tooney, and, oh yeah, a couple of players as far as the offensive line goes. I mean, you're talking, I'm trying to find it here. Yeah, it does not come up. Or hold on a second. Let me do this. As far as the rosters go, and, the tight ends, the centers, Drew Dahlman, I already mentioned him, Jonas Jackson, Joe Tooney. Oh yeah, there's this guy, Ozzie Trapillo, who wasn't even listed as a potential starter at left tackle at the very beginning of the season. And he's played himself into a nice, fine role on that offensive line. Darnell Wright as well. And the last few games, it's been nice to see the emergence of one Mr. Austin Booker. I got to call him Mr. because, dude, 6'6", 245 pounds of mad man back there. And, hey, thanks for chiming in, Frank. I do appreciate it. And if you're into the college football playoffs and the college football landscape of things, Indiana continues to roll since they won their game today 38-3 over Alabama. I do believe it's Alabama. Indiana versus Alabama. Yep, 38-3. So the number 1 Indiana Hoosiers keep on rolling, keep their perfect season in order, going to a 13-0 on the season, and they absolutely dismantle Alabama. Hey, Cole. You know, I'm not going to make no bones about it. I'm not really paying attention to the college football landscape of things, just for the simple fact that I don't have a dog in the fight, and I don't bet, and I don't go online. But with that being said, if you want to call in and you want to talk about the Bears, my bright spot of this past football season, because how can they not be, considering the fact that no one, well, actually, I did think that the Bears would make the playoffs this year. And that was much ado about the hiring of one Ben Johnson. But if you want to get in on the conversation, please feel free to call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. And I'll be back on the other side of this break. You're listening to Big Top Sports with yours truly, Derrick Geyer, on WRMN 1410 AM.
As veterans, we're no strangers to helping others.
It's what we were taught, trained, and told to do.
It could be for anything. Helping a friend move.
Listening to a fellow veteran for hours, at any hour of the day.
Or just simply making time for people. A neighbor, a loved one, or even a stranger.
We're often the first to help others. There's no question about it.
But we do have one question for the veterans listening.
When was the last time you reached out for help?
Perhaps it's time to do for yourself what you would do for others.
If you or someone you know needs resources, whether it's for stress, finances, employment, or mental health, don't wait. Reach out.
Find more information at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
What's the best way to get rid of a timeshare that you don't want? Call the Timeshare Exit Hotline. We're a group of attorneys that help customers legally exit their timeshares. It's an easy process. We guarantee results or you pay nothing. Exit your timeshare today. Call now.
800-890-5957. 800-890-5957. That's 800-890-5957.
They're simple, boring, never thought of until they're needed. They're windshield wipers. Only when Mary Anderson became annoyed that New York trolley drivers were stopping to wipe their windshield by hand did anybody do something about it. By attaching a spring-loaded arm to a rubber blade, one woman made travel easier and safer. Look to innovate and pass it on. From passiton.com.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. If you're struggling with mental health, you should know that there are resources out there that can help. And it's okay to talk about it if you need to. One place to get started with information is loveyourmindtoday.org. Loveyourmindtoday.org offers a range of guides, instructions, and insights for dealing with difficult situations or getting through a tough time. If you're struggling with mental health, get the help you need, because most people out here really care. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. And since I mentioned the Alabama and Indiana game, we've got number 6 Ole Miss going up against number 3 Georgia. That's going to start in approximately 40 minutes down south there in good old NOLA. But then you also had the Orange Bowl yesterday, where Oregon Number 5, Oregon took care of number 4, Texas Tech by the score of 23-0. And, continuing their strong run. And then, I'm actually I'm happy with this score. Number 10, Miami, Florida beat number 2, Ohio State by the score of 24-14. And I'm not exactly sure if you are a college football fan and a fan of the NCAA football, FBS playoffs, and all of that fun Smurf stuff, but I like the fact that Miami took care of Ohio State, considering the fact that, I'm not really sure how Notre Dame might have done against them. But, that controversy will go on until the end of time. Oh, how can Notre Dame lose out in, playing in the NCAA college football playoffs and the like of that, when both Notre Dame and Miami were both idle in that final week. And the fact that Notre Dame was ranked higher than Miami was, blah, 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 whatever. But, yeah, right there. Number 10, Miami. The U. Not the Utes. The U. Taking care of business against number 2, Ohio State. So, in the Cotton Bowl, classic. And, well, I'm just kind of happy that it worked out the way that it did. It'll be interesting to see who goes on next. The next one, or tonight's game, Ole Miss versus Georgia, is pretty much going to be determined who is going to face number 10, Miami, Florida. And it's going to be interesting because on Friday, January 9th, next week, Oregon's taking on number 1, Indiana now. And that'll be an interesting matchup as far as I'm concerned. But the way that Indiana's been playing all year, they've got the Heisman Mendoza, who had one hell of a game today. And I mean, it's there's absolutely Fernando Mendoza. He passed for 14 of 16 with 192 yards and 3 tutties. So that's not bad. He did not give up an interception. And Indiana is just their defense. My goodness. And as it were, Alabama tried using there are 3 different players listed here as far as passing, but 12 of 16 for 67 yards for Ty Simpson. Austin Mack went 11 for 16 with 103, passing yards. No touchdowns, either of them. And then Daniel Hill got in there with a 1-for-1. I could only assume that was a trick play. I did not see this. But even still, on the rushing side of things for Alabama, Ty Simpson, 17 yards. Daniel Hill, 13 yards. Kevin Riley, 2 yards on 3 carries. Austin Mack, -8 yards. Well, that's probably because he got sacked and blowed up a whole heck of a lot, too. So, but yeah, it's certainly looking like it's coming up Indiana this year. Or last year into this year. It'll be interesting to see if anyone is going to be able to take them down, really. That's my thought about that. And moving on to back to the Chicago Bears. We've got an updated injury report. If, we're a couple of days away from the final game of the season, game number 18, where maybe the Chicago Bears will get some revenge on the struggling Detroit Lions, who are currently out of the playoffs. But this is going to be a fight nonetheless. But it's also, the Detroit Lions aren't the same Detroit Lions that they were in week 2 of the season, where they whooped, and I mean whooped like a red-headed stepchild, the Chicago Bears. This is a different Bears team. They've figured out their offense. They have figured out what is working and what has not worked. Now it's just a matter of, well, will the Bears defense come out and play? Warriors, come out and play, yeah, Warriors, come out and play, yeah. Actually, it probably should have been Bears, come out and play, but regardless. So, getting back to the injury report, defensive lineman Joe Tryon-Shonukiga, he did not participate, and most likely I'm just saying this, most likely he is going to be out because he is suffering from a concussion. Roma Dunze is still suffering from that foot injury. So I'm not sure if they're keeping him out for this game on Sunday or whether or not he'll try to give it a go. But the way that I kind of see things is you're already locked into the 2 seed, possibly 3 seed, depending on how well, the game goes against the Detroit Lions this Sunday at 3:25. And you could hear that game on these very airwaves, WRMN 1410 AM. You know what? I will just continue with the injury report on the other side because, got a little long-winded, got into a little college football there. That's pretty much about as much as I'm going to be talking about the college football playoffs. I might be talking about some college football issues as I kind of tease. What are the best sports moments in the Chicagoland area? What are some of the worst sports moments in sports this past year? You're currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. Back in a few.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by Progressive. Illinois Treasurer Alexi Janulius is warning residents about scam texts claiming unpaid tickets or tolls. Officials say the messages threaten license or registration suspension and link to fake payment sites. The state does not send enforcement notices by text. An expanded version of Illinois' Scott's Law, or Move Over Law, takes effect with the new year. Drivers must now slow down and move over for emergency vehicles both stopped and in motion with flashing lights, expanding protections for first responders at emergency scenes. Michael Madigan's longtime associate Michael McLean has begun serving a 2-year federal prison sentence in Lexington, Kentucky. The former Illinois lawmaker was convicted in the ComEd 4 corruption case. Madigan is already serving a separate 7.5-year sentence in West Virginia. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
A new exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card is your opportunity to go from cardholder to ticket holder for the FIFA World Cup 2026. For a limited time, when you're approved for a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card, you're eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more today at bfa.com/cardfwc26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America NA in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-990-1551. That's 800-990-1551.
For nearly 50 years, the DuPage Senior Citizens and Kane Senior Council have been dedicated to serving seniors in DuPage and Kane counties. Established in 1975, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council is a volunteer-driven 501c3 non-for-profit organization committed to helping older adults live with dignity. From providing nutritious meals to offering support services, the Kane Senior Council is there every step of the way. With programs designed to enhance independence and quality of life, they're proud to make a difference in the lives of their senior neighbors. To learn more or to volunteer, visit them at 418B Airport Road in Elgin or head to their website, kaneseniorcouncil.org. Give them a call at 630-338-0999. That's 630-338-0999. That's the Kane Senior Council, caring for seniors because they deserve to live with dignity and respect. Visit kaneseniorcouncil.org or call 630-338-0999 today.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Hot Hands, America's favorite hand warmers. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 13. Looking ahead to tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high near 24, with temperatures falling to around 22 in the afternoon. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy with a low around 16. Currently, it is 14 degrees and mainly clear. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
FIFA World Cup 2026 is coming soon, but your opportunity to be there starts now through an exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card. For a limited time, become a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card holder, and you will be eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more at BofA.com/cardFWC26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America NA in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. Awards reserved.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. Big Top Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland. Football frenzy and hoops so high. Baseball swinging as seasons fly. Hockey blades cutting swift and true. Sports carousel spinning just for you. Big Top Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. Coming to you live from Studio 14 on Douglas Avenue. I should probably stop that. Feel it, in my throat. But that's all right. If you want to be a part of this new year, same show, same stuff. I'm Big Top Sports, WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. Please call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. And as always, if you want to see my lovely face, you go to the YouTube at WRMN Radio. That's WRMN Radio off the tube of views, and check me out there. And as some people are chiming in on the tube of views, yes, well, maybe the Bears should rest players, but I'll get to that in a moment or two. Let's see, where are we? Oh, yeah. So the injury report for the Chicago Bears that came out as far as today, it'll obviously get updated tomorrow. But as I said, Joe Tryon Shoinka, he did not participate. He's a defensive lineman. He was suffering from a concussion. Roma Dunze did not participate. I'm not exactly sure if he's been ruled out or not. Josh Blackwell, he had a shoulder thing. He was limited in practice yesterday, but he was a full participant today, so that's good. Luther Burden III, full participant today. Nick McLeod, he had an illness, so he was limited yesterday and today. Ozzy Trapillo, knee quad, limited in practice. I hope that isn't a big thing or a big deal because, as I mentioned, he's been a big part of the offensive line. I mean, really been a big part of the offensive line. And then Olamide Zaccheaus, one of the other younger wide receivers that's been getting a lot of pub with Roma Dunze being out, not to mention DJ Moore. Well, DJ Moore is DJ Moore. We all know DJ Moore. Not exactly sure about Olamide Zaccheaus, other than, hey, ball's in your chest. Football, Caleb throws the ball, hits you in the chest, hits you in your hands, and the ball goes on the ground. Catch the damn ball, Olamide. OZ, Oz. I'm just going to start calling you Oz. Catch the ball, Oz, please. And then you have offensive lineman Jonah Jackson. He did not participate today. He is suffering from an illness. It seems like the flu bug or, God forbid it's anything worse than that is going around in the Bears locker room. That is for, that is just unfortunate right there. And then moving over to the Detroit Lions, we've got Tristan Colin, offensive lineman. He did not participate today. He's suffering from a wrist injury. Elim McNeil, defensive lineman, abdomen, did not participate. Penei Sewell, ankle, tackle, did not participate. Alex Anzalone, he's got a concussion or had a concussion. He did not participate yesterday, but he was limited in practice. The other limited were Kayode Owasika, guard. Taylor Decker, tackle. Thomas Harper, safety. Christian Mahogany, I like that wood. Giovanni Manu, offensive lineman. And Amon-Ra St. Brown, he was also limited. Then Avante Maddox, D-back. He had a back illness, but he was back to full participating today. So, but going on into what some of the texters were saying, this has the potential of being a little dicey. I know the Chicago Bears are going to be playing. Whether or not, Chicago Bears are going to be playing, right? But with that being said, should they rest their starters, having already locked up the number 2 and or 3 seed? Now, this is where it kind of gets a little dicey for my liking. But maybe there's a little bit of optimism here because as of right now, the Chicago Bears will be taking on the Green Bay Woodpeckers. And that will be in the wild card round. And it'll be at home on the lakefront in Soldier Field. If the Chicago Bears don't beat the Lions to stay at the 2nd seed, then there is a distinct possibility that they lose. Well, obviously, if they lose, then, or they get beat by the Lions, then they lose. But they have the potential of falling to the number 3 seed. And with that being said, if they do fall to the potential 3 seed, then there's the juggernaut of the Los Angeles Rams, where the Bears might face the Los Angeles Rams. Still at home, but you're not, I am not really, I think it'll be a difficult matchup for the Chicago Bears. I mean, at this point in the year and at this point in the season, they're playing with house money, right? Or at least that's how I envision it. They're playing with house money. Yet, with the way that the Rams have been playing over the last couple of weeks, they haven't been looking very good. They haven't been the powerhouse that they were in the very beginning of the season. So therefore, it's a very good possibility that the Bears might get one here. And an old rival coming to town in Matthew Stafford. But then you also have the likes of Kyren Williams, running back, Puka Nacua, who is having one hell of a season right now. I mean, geez, looking at the numbers, he's got over 1,600 receiving yards on the season. And let me see, where is he at? Oh, yeah, by the way, Matthew Stafford also has 42 tutties thrown on the year versus 8 interceptions. He's only been sacked 22 times. Only 22 times. That is one less than Caleb Williams this year. As far as the running back goes, I already mentioned Kyren Williams for the Los Angeles Rams, right? He's got 10 touchdowns. Where is Nacua? Well, really? That's got to be a typo right there. Either that or he was, hurt for a majority of the season. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Or maybe I'm looking at the wrong... Oh, rushing yards. Duh. Nacua only has... I'm like, wait, how has he only got 81 yards? Oh, yeah, that's right. It's rushing. Dumas. But Nacua has... where are we? 14... Nope, that's Devontae Adams. Oh, yeah, and they also have Devontae Adams, who's also got 789 yards. So, 2 really good receivers. And Puka Nacua, still obviously in his prime. Devontae Adams, well, he's gone to a team where he is flourishing. 789s for Adams. 14 touchdowns. 5 more than Nacua, who is the second leading touchdown receptacle for one Matthew Stafford. It'll be an interesting matchup because this is the unknown. I mean, yeah, sure, there's a lot of tape for Ben Johnson and Dennis Allen to go through with the Los Angeles Rams, right? 16 games, 17 games worth. They're playing for their playoff seedings as well. But they're an unknown. And after last week with the Bears and their Swiss cheese defense, where they were absolutely gashed against the 49ers. And it just amazes me that I don't know. It's, they seem to be getting better, not so much, but when the 49ers put up a total of 440 yards on you, total offense, 7.3 yards per play, 200 plus rushing yards and 3 TDs, all highs for the 49ers. Brock Purdy, 5 touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey, the beast that he is, a rushing touchdown. Ugh. But it was also thrilling to see on the other side of the ball, Caleb Williams passing for 330 yards. Season high. First game, I believe, this year that he actually did pass for over 300 yards in a game. And he doesn't even need to pass for another 300 yards to get to the 4,000-yard plateau. But I mean, That was one hell of a crazy game against the 49ers. But what did that signify as far as my mind's eye is concerned? It signified that the Bears actually have an offense. Caleb Williams is the quarterback going forward and of the future for the Bears. Absolutely no ifs, ands, or buts. Please, oh please, I do not want to see Bagent in there at all. At all. Because that means that the most dynamic weapon on offense that the Chicago Bears have is hurt. And this is absolutely a time when you do not want him to get hurt. And with this game coming up against the Detroit Lions, you don't want him to get hurt in this final game. It's not, I do not believe it is going to be that obscene score that it was last time against the Lions, where it was 52-21. I wholeheartedly believe that it will not be that way. But I mean, because Ben Johnson, good. Coaching his team up, good. Dennis Allen and the defense, bad. Well, actually, Dennis Allen can only do what Dennis Allen can do with the players that he has. And if you have players that are recovering from injuries, not so good. Not so hot diggity dog good. But it will be an interesting matchup with the Chicago Bears going up against the Detroit Lions, who have nothing to play for except maybe a ticket to Hawaii or something. And that's not even where can you even really call it the Pro Bowl game? Pro Bowl games, Pro Bowl skills competition, Pro Bowl flag football. I don't even know. Don't even get me started on that. But it's the devil you know in the Green Bay Woodpeckers, who I really, truly believe is going, well, either way, you get into the playoffs, the other team on that other side of the ball is going to give you problems and complications and all that fun Smurf stuff. But I don't think Ben Johnson has quite emptied the bag of tricks yet. Because I still think that he's got a little bit more in that bag of offensive play calling for Matt LaFleur. And for that, I also think that he's got a lot more in the chamber going up against the Detroit Lions as well, coming up this weekend. You're currently listening to Big Top Sports on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. I'll be back in a few.
When disaster strikes, flood or fire, every second counts. At Emergency Construction Group, they specialize in immediate response and same-day service for any residential, commercial, or industrial emergency across the Chicagoland area. With over 30 years of experience, they've got the expertise, manpower, and equipment to handle any size loss fast. They follow strict IICRC guidelines to restore your property the right way, the first time. Their team values transparency, constant communication, and strong ethical standards because your peace of mind matters. Licensed, bonded, and insured, They're here for you 24/7, 365 days a year. Call 855-4ECG now. That's 855-432-4669. Or visit their website at emergencyconstructiongroup.com. And let Emergency Construction Group put your life back together one step at a time. That's Emergency Construction Group. Your satisfaction is their passion.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the better business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Hi there, Tammy Scully here from Talk Time with Tammy and Friends. Join me and my sidekicks, Nancy and Becky, for valuable lifestyle tips and unique views and insights on interesting topics and everyday situations, providing nonstop fun and chuckles for all. Get the scoop on consumer news, deep dive on current events, and learn about the newest economic trends, from exercise and gardening to music, travel, recipes, sports, pets, real estate, media, and everything in between. And it's all sprinkled with a healthy helping of bad dad jokes and interesting fun facts to boot. Tune in Mondays through Thursdays from 2 to 4 p.m. for a little fun, frolic, and infotainment. Join us, won't you?
Great googly moogly. Welcome back to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with the Google Meister, Derrick Geyer. Yeah, I have absolutely no idea where in the Smurf that came from, but hey, that's all right. It's the new year. Welcome in 2026. Welcome in NFL playoffs. Welcome in the NFC North, Chicago Bears, division champions. And just happy to be here in the studio, ushering in the new year, the new sporting year. At the top of the hour, I'm going to go over probably a little bit more like ups and downs as far as what transpired over the course of the last year as I'm going through the list. And I just can't believe like some of the things that I've already forgotten about. I mean, I maybe need some of Aaron's Rodgers, ayahuasca. I mean, to maybe like help my mental mental capabilities, because I'm just going through some of these like, oh my God, that's what happened. Oh, that's right, that happened. Oh my God, this and that. And I mean, hey, Jeff, thank you for tuning in. And with that being said, I mean, it's been a pretty up and down, more up than down as far as I'm concerned, as far as, the sporting news and everything. But, there I go again. And everything, yomp to. Oh, yes. There I go again. I need to work on those crutch words, if you will. Yomp to. Here's the thing. That's the thing. listener was kind enough to point it out to me yesterday. You know, you use a lot of crutch words. Oh, that's all right. That's okay. I might wash my car someday. Huh? Yeah, I have absolutely no idea where that went, why that went, but it is. So right now, I'm going through the top 25 potential, sports stories. Oh, there I go again. And it's off of CBS, so you could go along with me because the top of the hour break is slowly, well, not slowly, it's right there coming up. And if you want to watch or do your own thing on CBSSports.com, I'm going to give you their top 25s where there were quite a few instances in sports that I completely and totally forgot about. And damn, if they just didn't already happen. What can I say? Out of sight, out of mind. There's only so much room and so much brain power that I have up here because the squirrels are clearly in control. But, I mean, yeah, okay, Bill Belichick. Los Angeles Dodgers. Philadelphia Eagles. Yep, those are just some coaching dismissals in NCAA football. But more to come on Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. Derrick Geyer.
Get ready for an unforgettable night out in downtown St. Charles at O-Shows, where live music, dining, and entertainment come alive. Visit the iconic Arcada Theater at 105 East Main Street and experience the venue voted Chicagoland's premier entertainment destination. Whether you're enjoying a headliner concert, dining at Rock and Ravioli, or hitting the speakeasy at Club Arcada, O-Shows creates memories. Tickets and event info at oshows.com, and you can call 630-962-7000. That's 630-962-7000. Make your reservation, bring your friends, and plan your next event at O-Shows. Live music, dining, and entertainment, all in one place. Visit oshows.com and join the fun tonight. Supporter of the America's First Responder Fest.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 7 o'clock.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by Progressive. Michael Madigan's longtime associate Michael McLean has begun serving a 2-year federal prison sentence in Lexington, Kentucky. The former Illinois lawmaker was convicted in the ComEd 4 corruption case. Madigan is already serving a separate 7.5-year sentence in West Virginia. Illinois Treasurer Alexei Janulius is warning residents about scam texts claiming unpaid tickets or tolls. Officials say the messages threaten license or registration suspension and link to fake payment sites. The state does not send enforcement notices by text. An expanded version of Illinois' Scott's Law, or Move Over Law, takes effect with the new year. Drivers must now slow down and move over for emergency vehicles both stopped and in motion with flashing lights, expanding protections for first responders at emergency scenes. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
Kohl's clearance deals are so good, you might want to brace yourself before you shop, because up to 70% off can do things to you. Sudden goosebumps, racing pulse, involuntary gasping at prices. You may even feel the uncontrollable urge to brag to someone, anyone, even Deb, the checkout lady who's seen it all day. Don't worry, that's just the thrill of Kohl's clearance. Shop it now in-store and online. Select styles, some exclusions apply. See store or kohls.com for details.
CVS Health supports people in the moments that matter, from picking up a prescription to connecting care. With nearly 5 million daily interactions and serving 185 million consumers and 1.5 million healthcare professionals, CVS Health holds a trusted place in healthcare. By simplifying care and improving health, We're helping people get the care they need. Learn more at cvshealth.com/Investor Day.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by Progressive. Michael Madigan's longtime associate Michael McLean has begun serving a 2-year federal prison sentence in Lexington, Kentucky. The former Illinois lawmaker was convicted in the ComEd 4 corruption case. Madigan is already serving a separate 7.5-year sentence in West Virginia. Illinois Treasurer Alexei Janulius is warning residents about scam texts claiming unpaid tickets or tolls. Officials say the messages threaten license or registration suspension and link to fake payment sites. The state does not send enforcement notices by text. An expanded version of Illinois' Scott's Law, or Move Over Law, takes effect with the new year. Drivers must now slow down and move over for emergency vehicles both stopped and in motion with flashing lights, expanding protections for first responders at emergency scenes. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
Kohl's clearance deals are so good, you might want to brace yourself before you shop, because up to 70% off can do things to you. Sudden goosebumps, racing pulse, involuntary gasping at prices. You may even feel the uncontrollable urge to brag to someone, anyone, even Deb, the checkout lady who's seen it all day. Don't worry, that's just the thrill of Kohl's clearance. Shop it now in-store and online. Select styles, some exclusions apply. See store or kohls.com for details.
CVS Health supports people in the moments that matter, from picking up a prescription to connecting care. With nearly 5 million daily interactions and serving 185 million consumers and 1.5 million healthcare professionals, CVS Health holds a trusted place in healthcare. By simplifying care and improving health, we're helping people get the care they need. Learn more at cvshealth.com/Investor Day.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Brought to you by Hot Hands, America's favorite hand warmers. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 13. Looking ahead to tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high near 24, with temperatures falling to around 22 in the afternoon. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy with a low around 16. Currently, it is 14 degrees and mainly clear. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
FIFA World Cup 2026 is coming soon, but your opportunity to be there starts now through an exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card. For a limited time, become a new customized Cash Rewards or unlimited Cash Rewards Visa credit card holder, and you will be eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more at BofA.com/cardFWC26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America NA in partnership with Visa. Terms apply.
The Supplemental Security Income Program provides monthly payments to help meet basic needs, like putting food on the table, paying the rent, or buying new shoes for growing feet. You may qualify if your income and financial resources are low, and you are 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability, or who is blind. Call 1-800-772-1213 or go to ssa.gov/SSI to start to apply. Produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
If you build a relationship, then it becomes easier. If you build trust, it becomes easier. As a parent, you want what's best for your child. To give them the love that a child needs is probably the best thing you can do for a teenager.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. From the Chicagoland lands afar. With Derrick Geyer, your sports czar. The game's the place from field to rink. Hot debates, fast takes, no time to blink. The Windy City roar, the fans ignite. Your circus of sports under radio light. Big Time Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
Welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. And once again, Happy New Year, everybody! Yes, indeed. Happy New Year. Thank you for tuning in to Big Top Sports with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. I do appreciate it. As the year has gone on, I know that there are more listeners out there. Maybe some of you like me, some of you don't. But, I'm going to be myself. I'm going to be goofy. I'm going to be wacky. I'm going to smurf things up from time to time. I got the squirrels running around in my brain. And, oh yeah, there's a little programming note that we unveiled yesterday. My show is going to be moving. Not moving from the radio station, but moving time slots. And starting next week, Wednesday, Hump Day! Hump Day! That's right. Next week, Wednesday, Hump Day, I will be moving time slots from my normal slot of 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. all the way up to 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. following Talk Time with Tammy. I am very excited about doing that because, drive time. Sports drive time in Elgin and the surrounding areas. So, and if you don't already know this, I have a different take and a different outlook on things as far as the sporting landscape in the Chicagoland area, sports in general, and the like. But if you want to be talking with me, please feel free to call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. Or if you want to hop in on the tube of use, that's YouTube at WRMN Radio. That's YouTube at WRMN Radio. You could see me, my lovely smiling face. And chime in. Yes, I do believe that the college football bowls are kind of ridiculous, but it's been going on for decades and decades, and well, it is a huge arse moneymaker for them. And then also, do not forget that the Chicago Bears will be taking on the Detroit Lions this weekend, and you could hear the pregame, the football game, and the postgame show here on these very airwaves, WRMN 1410 AM, as the Chicago Bears do take on the Detroit Lions. So I said it before the top of the hour, did a little tease. What were some of the biggest stories or biggest sports stories? Well, in this regards, according to CBS Sports, but I also share some of these sentiments as well. Starting at number 25, Indiana's dream season. Well, right now, after beating Alabama today in that bowl game, beating them handily, they are still 13-0. Since Indiana beat Alabama 38-3, they are still on the march for their dream season of possibly winning the CFP college football playoffs and winning a national title there. Let's see. Oh my good graciousness. Remember way back when it was the Four Nations face-off? that amazing game between Canada and the United States playing hockey. And there were 3 fights in the first 9 seconds of the game. Oh my good. Oh, if you were a hockey fan and you were watching that, oh my good graciousness, that was some stellar Smurf right there. Absolutely stellar. And now you got John Hamm coming in and doing the whole commercial with the United States hockey team, kind of like picking on Canada and going over like, well, you know, let's bygones be bygones and why can't we be friends? Yeah, no, the Milan Olympics in Italy. And that's going to be absolutely awesome. So sorry, Connor Bedard is not going to be a part of that. That is Smurfy right there. No, really don't care about the going bats over torpedo bats. Whatever. How did that work? Oh yeah. Then coming in at number 22, tennis's next great rivalry has already arrived. Jannik Sinner, who is 24 years old, and Carlos Alcaraz, number 22, splitting this year's 4 Grand Slam events 2 apiece. And if I'm not, I mean, it was absolutely bonkers because if I'm not mistaken, they were more or less like the top seeds or made it to the finals in every single Grand Slam event this year for tennis, which was absolutely awesome. Terrence Bud Crawford announces his retirement. That would be boxing. Then you're also talking about John Cena. I'm going to toss John Cena in there as well. Because the never seen 17 greatest of all time WWE, or the greatest of all time in WWE history, John Cena. Well, he's retired from the WWE. That just happened this last month. Oh, that's unfortunate. I mean, I get it. I completely and totally get it. But yeah. Let's see. Then we have, back in the very beginning of last year, Victor Wembanyama. He was diagnosed with a blood clot, ending his sophomore season after 46 games. On March 3rd, Maverick star Kyrie Irving tears his ACL during Dallas's loss to the Kings. USC star Juju Watkins tears her ACL during the Trojans' NCAA tournament victory over Mississippi State. That one truly and completely, totally sucked. Well, not that any of these injuries did not suck, but that one sucked. I remember, being very heartbroken for the kid. Not that, anyone really gives 2 Smurfs about it. Let's see. Milwaukee Bucks star Damian Lillard tears his his Achilles tendon during a loss to the Indiana Pacers in the first round of the NBA playoffs. Oh. Boston Celtics star Jason Tatum, he tears his Achilles tendons during a loss to the New York Knicks in the second round of the NBA playoffs. Then, I watched this live. I couldn't, that was absolutely horrible. On June 22nd, Pacers star Tyrese Halliburton tears his Achilles tendon just 5 minutes into game number 7 of Indiana's loss to the Thunder in the NBA Finals. And then, not to be outdone, I mean, the biggest, probably, I'm sorry, I'm not going to quantify it or qualify it, but one of the biggest women's stars in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark, strains her groin during Indiana's win over the Connecticut Sun and ended her injury-filled sophomore campaign after 13 games. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, that's not the good. Not the good, not the good, not the good. But, you know, as you previously heard, the Thunder, the Oklahoma City Thunder won their NBA title, their first NBA title. Let's see, what else do we have? Paige Beckers finally reaches the mountaintop as UConn collects another championship. Keep on hearing, you know, UConn basketball, Huskies, women's basketball, women's NCAA basketball, and you know, when it is March Madness, which is right around the corner, right around the proverbial corner. Yeah, I'm sure you'll be hearing UConn and that again. Oh, getting into some NCAA football. Is auto racing a safe sport? I'm kind of tuning into what is being said on the YouTube at WRMN Radio there. But kind of was talking about this earlier on a couple months or so ago. Sharon Moore, oof, that unfortunate incident where, well, if you don't already know, and this is nice, the safe sport that they play is sleeping. As I ring the bell, I realize that I woke up one day with a sneezing fit, a coughing fit, and then I gave myself muscle spasms from doing so. And in doing so, I wasn't right for the next 2 weeks. So, I mean, even sleeping apparently is not good for my health. But anyway, Sharon Moore's, you know, he is was the coach of the Michigan Wolverines. Had an affair with a staffer, an inappropriate affair with a staffer, broke into the staffer's house, threatened to kill himself with a knife, all sorts of, not good. Not good at all. Oh, let's see. Then there was the whole Shedeur Sanders saga. Yeah, don't care. Don't care. You want to act like an ass, you're going to be treated like an ass. You know, it's, I mean, go ahead, treat me like an ass. I don't care. And then we got the big dumper. And when I say big, he's got a big dumper. And catcher Cal Raleigh for the Seattle Mariners, blasting 60 homers on the year, which obliterated the former catching home runs leader, or the catcher that hit the most home runs in a season, Salvador Perez, when he hit 48 dingers in 2021. So that was quite an interesting feat because Cal Raleigh, if you don't know, switch hitting catcher. My goodness, and he also plays at one of the biggest, best pitchers park in Seattle as well. So there was that. That was 25 down to 15. I will finish it up on the other side of this break. You are currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer, back in a bit.
Is diabetes keeping you from enjoying life's special moments? At U.S. Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With U.S. Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
U.S. Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to cutting-edge diabetes tech, and knowledgeable support. Plus, we'll check your insurance so your diabetes care may be covered at little or no cost to you.
With U.S. Med, I feel confident and control of my diabetes. I can finally live my life to the fullest.
Don't let diabetes hold you back. Choose U.S. Med and experience better birthdays, better adventures, better anniversaries, and better everything. Call now. U.S. Med. Better service. Better care. 800-785-1673. 800-785-1673. 800-785-1673. That's 800-785-1673.
Join your co-hosts Mike Tooman and Paul Burvid on our weekly radio hour, Chief Guard of the Republic, where we talk about all things national security, defense, personal security, safety, and dealing with law enforcement situations. Call in 847-931-1410. Ask us questions. We will get you answers. Every week, Saturday, noon to 1 on 1410 AM WRMN Elgin. Streaming on WRMN1410.com. Chat with us on WRMN's YouTube live channel.
WRMN's Fantasy Football Blitz, live Saturday mornings from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Live on YouTube/WRMN. Get the hard-hitting facts and statistics to help ignite your team into the fantasy playoffs. Don't set your roster until you listen to the experts on WRMN's Fantasy Football Blitz.
Firearms are the #1 cause of death among kids. But we know that healthcare workers can make a huge difference. This is why prevention is absolutely critical. It starts with listening to the community, leaning in on those conversations to better inform what is the approach that you want to take. You are the champions for change. You can be the catalyst for integrating firearm injury prevention strategies into your practice and really benefiting your community. Let's agree to agree that we all have a role to play in ending this crisis.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM with yours truly, Derrick Geyer. And getting to the best and the worst of this sporting year. Bill Belichick goes back to school. Okay, whatever. Take the hoodie and get out of the way. Just whatever. Oh yeah, the labor issues loom over the WNBA and their successes. You know, obviously the women that play in the WNBA and their stalemate of a 2026 season being in peril, considering the fact that there needs to be a new collective bargaining agreement done by January 9th. That is, that is coming and that is looming. So that'll be interesting to pay a little bit more attention on. Then you've got, you've got Aaron Rodgers. He signs with the Steelers. And then you got that unbelievable trade of Micah Parsons. Sorry, Micah. Not really. In his torn ACL from the Dallas Cowboys to the Green Bay Packers, which really helped out the Packers this season. But, not so much. But, you got Aaron Rodgers trying to make the playoffs again. He's already made the playoffs with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers, so there's that. Let's see. Florida blocks UConn's three-peat quest en route to an NCAA tournament title. Yeah, that happened. Okay. But moving on. One of the things that I could not believe, and it happened, I was on the Swifties bandwagon here. Gotta be honest, I was on the Kelsey Swifts or Travis Swifts, Travis Kelsey Swift bandwagon, hoping that the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes were going to be able to go for a third consecutive Super Bowl. But the Philadelphia Eagles said, not happening, not this year. And sure as hell won't be this year either. Let's see. Don't care about Ohio State winning the national championship in the college playoff. Scotty Scheffler, man, did he have a 2025 year being one of the hottest golfers on this here planet. Man, he put up one hell of a man, he was just an absolute dominant machine. And one US Open victory away from a career Grand Slam. So that got you from 25 to 8. And being a little bit long-winded, I will finish this on the other side of the bottom of the hour break and potentially talk about the Olympics that are coming up in February. You are currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by Progressive. Illinois Treasurer Alexei Janulius is warning residents about scam texts claiming unpaid tickets or tolls. Officials say the messages threaten license or registration suspension and link to fake payment sites. The state does not send enforcement notices by text. An expanded version of Illinois' Scott's Law, or Move Over Law, takes effect with the new year. Drivers must now slow down and move over for emergency vehicles both stopped and in motion with flashing lights, expanding protections for first responders at emergency scenes. Michael Madigan's longtime associate Michael McLean has begun serving a 2-year federal prison sentence in Lexington, Kentucky. The former Illinois lawmaker was convicted in the ComEd 4 corruption case. Madigan is already serving a separate 7.5-year sentence in West Virginia. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
A new exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card is your opportunity to go from cardholder to ticket holder for the FIFA World Cup 2026. For a limited time, when you're approved for a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card, you're eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more today at BofA.com/cardFWC26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America N.A. in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-990-1551. That's 800-990-1551.
When it comes to orthopedic and spine surgery, Prime Healthcare's St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin leads the way. Recognized by U.S. News and World Report as a high performer across multiple surgery types, we offer advanced and minimally invasive procedures supported by state-of-the-art imaging technology. Our expert surgeons and compassionate care teams are here to help you move, heal, and live better every step of the way. St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin, exceptional care close to home.
Before the weather gets too cold, it's time to finish up those outdoor jobs. That's why ComEd wants you to know that electricity can jump from a power line to you and to the tools you're using. So maintain a safe distance from any power lines. You can also call ComEd at 1-800-EDISON-1 to have those power lines de-energized the next time you do any work around them. Stay smart, stay safe, stay back. ComEd, powering lives.
This is Will Walker with your Fox Valley forecast. Brought to you by Hot Hands, America's favorite hand warmers. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 13. Looking ahead to Friday, mostly sunny with a high near 24. Temperatures falling to around 22 in the afternoon. Friday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 16. Currently, it is 14 degrees with clear skies. With your Fox Valley forecast, I'm Will Walker on WRMN, the talk of the town.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free. Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride.
Okay, I am going to forego the intro to this bottom of the half hour because, well, I need to get through some better and stuff before I take this phone call that I have. And, you know, I just want to pay this off real quick. You got the NBA gambling scandal. You know, that was a thing. So you've got so many players, so many charges, racketeering, crime families involved. Then you have emerging, developing dynasties in the works, a.k.a. the spending demons out there in L.A., the Los Angeles Dodgers. What else do we got? We've got, oh my goodness, the college football year of the coaching carousel. I mean, if there was ever a coaching carousel, yeah, that would be this past year. The Mavericks dealing Luka Doncic to the Lakers and only taking on Luka, or only going out there to Los Angeles to really take anyone's temperature, apparently. And then the Great Eight, Alex Ovechkin passing Wayne Gretzky and then becoming the first to 900 career goals. He passed Wayne Gretzky with career goal 894 as the all-time NHL goal-scoring record that stood for 26 years. And then he went to the 900 plateau. Oh, what else do we got? Rory McIlroy earns his Grand Slam, backs up a Ryder Cup guarantee. That was also a fun story. I will get into these a little bit, deeper. And you know what? That's about it. But right now, I'm going to go to the phone lines and caller, what's your name? Who are you calling about?
You know who this is, sir. It is the one and the only.
Hold on.
Marcus Mack.
Wait. Welcome in, Marcus Mack. From The Truth About Chicago Sports. Howdy.
You know how to give an intro, sir. I freaking love it. Let me tell you something right now. I'm doing great.
Well, Happy New Year.
Great. Happy New Year, sir. And you know that I had to call you Well, baby, you probably didn't know.
No, I had absolutely no idea.
See, that's how sneaky I am.
Yeah, this is kind of like a filler show that I'm doing right now.
You should have expected it because, one, you're doing a killer job. I tell you right now, with the new year starting out, I love the work you're doing.
I'll just pound my own bell on that one. Wait, what?
Oh, man, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, you're killing it. 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. If they don't know, they should know to be tuning in and hearing you on WRMN, sir. You're delivering a great show.
Hey, Marcus, can I interject real quick?
Yeah.
I mean, this is my show and everything, but I am going to be moving starting on Wednesday of next week.
Ooh.
My new time slot is going to be 4 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Let's go. Look at that. Cheers to the new year, sir.
Yeah. So what do we think? Oh, wow. You got some libations going on over there. I hear the clinkety clink of the ice and,
It's New Year.
What you got going on over there? What you drinking?
I'm safely at home, and I'm enjoying a fine, delicious adult cocktail.
Okay.
Like that. But what I'm calling you for is to talk about the things that you just were recapping. I love that idea. Obviously, I pay attention. I see when you post things, and you said, you were doing a recap of, top in sports for
yes,
this
sir.
year. And I love it. Absolutely great idea. Look at you. See, you're promoting yourself. You're talking about sponsors. You need to be having somebody sponsor that the tops in sports from big tops. You're already selling yourself. It's ridiculous. But anyway, I digress. So listen.
Yes, sir.
Here's the thing. This was my top in sports this year.
Okay.
Okay. Signing of Ben Johnson.
Yep.
Tops. Hands down, tops in sports this year for the Chicago sports fan. Now, if we want to go to the national side, wow, there was a couple. I mean, the Sharon Moore, getting fired from Michigan. That's right up there. That's tops right there. But you referenced one right before you brought me in. And the NBA, and you know what, because everything right now it's still in the process. There's a lot of allegedly going on, and
yep.
But we heard what we heard, and we saw what we saw, and that was massive. That was massive. The very fact that the NBA literally was exposed for. Players in their league.
Oh, yeah.
Cheating for gambling.
Chauncey Billups, wow. So Portland Trail Blazers coach Chauncey Billups, Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, and former player and assistant coach Damon Jones were all arrested back in October as part of a wide-ranging gambling investigation by the FBI. And there was also 4... good old boys clubs that were also involved, AKA known as crime families.
Yep.
So
this is crazy. And I know the NBA is doing everything they can to sweep it under the rug and act like that was a no big deal. That was just them, no one else. But man,
I kind of call Bull Smurf that there was no one else in there. 31 people got indicted on that.
All I'm going to say is this, Derek. I've heard stories.
Oh, sure.
I've heard stories, and I'm no conspiracy guy because, I need a smoking gun. But I've heard things in the NBA, and it's not just cheating. I've heard things about some very prominent players that I'm like, well, that can't be real. No, that's not going on. But after seeing this whole cheating, it makes you question a lot about the NBA. And I'm going to tell you right now, Derek, I love the NBA just as much as I love football. And I'm a huge football guy, and I love the Bears. And as you know, I won my fantasy sports league this year. So as you know, it's not just Bears. Like I
humble brag.
Watch and love. Well, you darn right. because I watch and love football, but I love basketball just as much. And baseball is my second follow love. Okay,
sure.
And so, I'm right now. I'm still I have the ability to watch the Bulls. I have watched 2 games because I'm that scandal rocked me, and I haven't watched any other NBA games. I'm very skeptical of the product. I'm very hurt that even went down. The fact that we know that players cheated in games, coaches cheated in games.
Yeah, and here's the as far as it is disturbing, and it's especially more disturbing with the fact when you have a player. I believe it was Terry Rozier. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
but where he was,
you're right. No.
Well, I'm gonna. So he was supposed to be making what 26 to 16. I'll just paint it with a broad brush because I don't know the exact number. Anywhere from $16 million to $26 million. This current NBA season. And for them to be rigging games, throwing games, sitting out games to where he can make what, $12,000?
It's disgusting. And not just that, giving information on players that would be sitting out. Like, I got some inside info for you. So-and-so's not going to be playing tonight. Like, that's crazy. And so, that was one of the biggest ones. But aside from that, if we're talking on the local side,
sure,
definitely Ben Johnson, without a doubt.
Okay.
The rise of Caleb,
yep,
is been something tremendous and very special. The fact that he's 270 yards away from 4,000 yard season, I don't even care if he gets it for. I'm just impressed with that in his second year. Guy's doing a brilliant job. Even though we don't know what the direction is yet, I'm going to call it because they did make it back to the playoffs, and I'm going to say the resurgence of the Cubs. I know everyone wants more, and everyone wants the World Series. Are they not back in the playoffs?
Yes, they were.
This is the resurgence of the Cubs. Do they not have an influx of young talent?
Possibly.
Good young talent.
Okay, well, I mean, if you're going along the lines of PCA, then yes. If you're going the lines of like Owen Casey.
What about Cade?
Maybe. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Cade Horton. That was definitely a very pleasant surprise. Because at the very beginning when I was still doing the show with Mike on On the Rise with Mike Napolitano, I was kind of questioning Cade Horton because, too many walks as opposed to not enough strikeouts, wildness and everything, and absolutely squashed any of the stuff that I was previously talking about that because he was dominant as hell in the second half of the season. And,
electric stuff.
Oh, absolutely. And that was nice to see. And going with the Chicago Cubs, yes, they made the playoffs. Yes, players were making strides. However, for me, it's also maybe I'm glossing over this upcoming season just for the simple fact that all they're focusing on, or all it seems to be that they're focusing on right now, is the bullpen. And they're getting, the bullpen arms, which aren't necessarily splash, if you will. I'm still waiting for that other thing to happen. I'm kind of worried whether or not they're going to be signing Alex Bregman at third, moving Matt Shaw over from third base to second, and then jettisoning Nico Horner, who was with their best player on the year last year. Gold Glove caliber, slashing player.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about something until it happens. That's the thing. You can't worry about something until it happens. I mean, here's the thing.
Yeah, but we also deal in what ifs on sports shows, right?
No, but not in worry. A what if, sure, but to worry about it, I mean, why until it happens? Once it happens, then you can worry about, what's going to be the outcome. But the what if, let's play around with that for sure. And for me, the what if is Matt Shaw develops. Casey Owens is electric. Let's talk about those what ifs, because those are the real what ifs that are right in front of us. Those are the what ifs that are literally sitting on the Chicago Cubs team. So let's talk about those what ifs. What if Nico Horner has another great season and they just re-sign him?
Oh, that'd be nice.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying. I don't want, because I know the natural Cubs
doom and gloom.
Doom and gloom. I know it is. And
I know.
Because it's, the funny part about it, as bad as the Sox can be, as bad as the Sox have been, if you notice, the fan base is not doom and gloom. We never are. We are never doom and gloom. We just have this look like, hey, all they got to do is start getting a few things right, and the next thing you know, and to me, that's a better view. Because if you're going to sit back and beat yourself up about why they didn't sign this guy and why didn't they go after this guy, just focus on what they got on their roster. And if they can make what they got on their roster better, Justin Steele's still young, isn't he? And I did not mean that pun, but still, he is young.
Yeah, and he won't be on the team until probably midway through the season, because of his surgery.
But my point is that he's probably going to be on the team for quite some time, like at least for the next 3 to 4 years, you would think, especially if the Cubs are able to continue with their run. So, I see a lot of positive things for that team in the North Side. And I know, including myself, we want more because you saw, oh, wow, look at what they could do when given just a little bit of a boost. So let's, make that major push. But if that major push comes at the expense of what Theo did was great, but you got to understand what Theo did to get that championship is the very reason why the Cubs are where they're at currently.
Oh, sure.
He gutted the team to get the ring. I like that. I like that little rap. He gutted the team to get the ring. He did. And you know what? It worked. You got a championship. But the team was set up after that on weak foundation. And that's why it crumbled apart. And now they have to try to pick it back up and put it together again. And I think that Jed is trying to do something different. No, I know Jed is trying to do something different than what Theo did. He's trying to get the ring, but also develop a stability for the team to where you can compete year after year after year like the Atlanta Braves, like the Yankees, like the Dodgers. The problem is that we know that the Cubs could spend more. And that's where it gets difficult. That's where it gets upsetting.
Yeah, I could.
Because
okay, I'm going to go back to what you were saying as far as being doom and gloom with the Chicago White Sox. I'm going to call a bull smurf, a bull smurf, a bull smurf. As far as the whole thing, of being doom and gloom with the Chicago White Sox, because you can't tell me as a Chicago White Sox fan that you are not doom and gloom after 3 consecutive 100-loss seasons. With that, caveat of the fact that hold on, with the fact that there were bright spots for last season for the Chicago White Sox, even though they still lost 100 games. It's the trajectory is looking up. So while
but we know who we're dealing with. We know that the owner, or soon to be former owner, once he got his ring, he could care less about what was going on after that.
Yeah, allegedly.
And no, good job, alleged. Okay, look, now you're the one talking about Bull Smurf. You're the one talking about Bull Smurf. The writing's on the wall. Like, man, come on. it's ridiculous how, I mean, it was clearly, and that's fine. You know what? I can't get mad at the guy. He got his dream. He got a dream. Remember, Jerry was always a baseball guy. People don't understand that. He loved the championships from the Bulls. That was cool. But he was a baseball guy. To get that World Series, that was everything to him. That's where it stopped. And he didn't care. And that's why the Bulls are the way they are, and that's why the Sox are the way they are. Because once he got that World
Oh, well, you want to talk
ring,
about like two franchises mirroring one another. I mean, with the Chicago Bulls and the Chicago White Sox, you've got that avenue, you got that juxtaposition right there. It's like you might as well just hold up a Chicago Bulls sign to a Chicago White Sox sign, and it's like they're looking at one another. I mean,
I got something for you right here. Think about this. Think about this. Here's the correlation so that you know that I'm bringing you the truth. When the Sox won that championship in 2005, Derrick Rose was he on the Bulls then, or was he drafted by the Bulls shortly after? I think he was drafted by the Bulls shortly after.
I don't know. You're the one that's bringing it up.
No, I'm almost certain of it. He was drafted by the Bulls shortly after, a little shortly after, and that was the last championship push from the Bulls.
2008.
That was the last championship push from the Bulls. So he got that World Series. The Bulls got lucky enough. He said, great, they got the hometown kid. He let them run it. They didn't do it right. Derrick got hurt, and that's been it. That's been it ever since. And it's not ironic that that's the last superstar that the Chicago Bulls have had.
Oh, so what you're saying is Matas is not a well, actually, I can't even finish that sentence. I can't even finish that sentence. Marcus, you
got the truth right now, and you gonna come over here talking lies.
I'm not talking lies. I'm just maybe stirring the pot a little bit. I mean, okay, so Matas could potentially be cultivated into a superstar. Josh Giddey could potentially be cultivated into a superstar.
Modest is on the table. Modest is on the table. So it is not off the table for Modest. He is very young and still raw.
I just have absolutely no idea in like what direction it is other than, purgatory. I mean, they're sitting at like the ninth or 10th spot in the conference, to where they are almost assuredly going to be playing in another GD play-in tournament type game.
They have to trade Vooch,
and it's just,
they have to.
They got to do something.
No, it's not even a guy. They have to trade Vucevic. At this point, it makes no sense for this man to be on that roster. It makes no sense for this team to even try to everybody knows this team is not a championship team, including the Bulls.
Marcus.
Vucevic said it himself.
Sure, but let me ask you this question, and I'm going to harken back to last year. Remember that dude Alex Caruso when he got traded to Oklahoma City and the Thunder, and the Bulls ended up getting Matas? I believe it was Matas back in that trade. And they didn't get anything.
It turned into Modest,
and it didn't get anything else for him. Not a number one draft pick, no picks, just another freaking player. I mean, and this is like the type of stuff that is infuriating to myself as a Chicago sports fan, where, well, hey, OKC, here's Alex. And he was one of the biggest, brightest spots for the Oklahoma City Thunder last year because, my goodness, was his defensive prowess dogged. Oh, my goodness.
You're funny. You're funny because you just gave the evidence that you were asking for when you said allegedly. That's the evidence right there that Jerry Krause doesn't care, because the simple fact that AK and his other assistant crony Eversley still have a job. The fact that those two, and then you know what? They got an extension. They got an extension. They got an extension along with Billy Donovan, which I was fine with Billy Donovan getting an extension because you know what? I actually think the guy is a good coach. But you know what? It's ridiculous that you extended those dudes in the front because you know what? Because you don't care about there was the evidence. That's the truth.
Well,
right there.
And
sir.
here's the other thing, and this is, you know how money, leads all, end all, whatever, be all. The Bulls, for the last few years, and I think it's at least 5 or 6, have been in the top 3 in attendance in all of the NBA.
We talked about how great it is to go to a United Center game and watch the Bulls.
Yes, it is. But that right there, I think, is kind of part of the problem, where they sell out or they are top 3 in attendance year after year after year after year, and
because
they
it's
don't
a fun
care.
Night in Chicago, because a Bulls game is a fun night in Chicago.
Yeah, it is.
It's not about watching Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen anymore.
No.
People in Chicago go to Bulls games to have fun, hang out, high five with their friends, and say, "Look, we did something cool. We're in a Bulls game."
Yeah.
And guess what? The Bulls put on an entertaining sideshow.
Yes, they
it's
do.
Amazing outside of the basketball.
Yeah, this is true. You are currently listening to the end of Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM for this New Year's Day edition. My guest caller for this past half hour has been the one, the only Marcus Mack from The Truth About Chicago Sports. You can catch his show every Saturday morning from 8 to 9 a.m. I will be back on, tomorrow at 6 p.m. So I will catch you all then. Have a great and safe Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Kick off your weekend with a little flair. It's Dino's Night Out every Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. on WRMN 1410 AM. Dino brings you the best of the Fox Valley's entertainment scene. Live music, local artists, street festivals, great eats, and the personalities behind them. If it's happening, Dino's talking about it. And bringing the spotlight is none other than the legendary Arcada Theater.